Why she look so upset? What did you do to my dog? All right, so here's the plan for today. Today, I gotta get unsick. Today we're gonna talk about 5 of the easiest tricks that will actually impress your friends because they're easy, but they look super difficult. But once I actually explain them to you guys today, hopefully that'll help you to understand it a little bit easier. But before we get into all that stuff, we gotta get some clips with the helmet cam, so let's switch over to that and realistically hope that we don't fall and get hurt more than we already are. Scoot is looking real pretty right now. Loving the way that this thing is riding. Absolutely love the oil slick and blue combo, as well as the sort of oil slick look and grip tape, which you guys can't really see right now, but now you can kind of see it. It's kind of glittery, really interesting. Of course, got the Vital grip tape on there. But enough of explaining the Scoot, because a lot of you guys have been watching my videos for a while, probably have already seen this scooter. So let's get some clips. All right, so let's drop in and start it off with just a quick little air from the 5 to 8 and the double whip over the box and scoot, double heel. All right, a quick line. Let's do something that's a little bit different for us. We'll do tail whip turn down over the box, straight into, we'll try to do a knack over the hip, and then on the way back, we'll do 270 tuck no hander. All right, so drop in and we'll get that whip turn down. Oh God, why are you in the middle of the thing? Oh, is he filming? I did not realize. Didn't know Jess was in the middle of the skate park. So we're gonna go from the other side of the box. So on the right side and avoid Jess, and hopefully we don't kill him. All right, so right side of the box this time. Whip, turn down, avoid Jess. Oh God, sorry Jess, it was not a very good knack. Stay there, don't move. It was kind of sketch. Was gonna take my hands off, but I didn't because I'm really afraid I'm gonna kill Jess right now. So we're gonna skip the 270 tuck, and we'll just play around on the hip a little bit and avoid Jess at all costs. How about triple up over the box? We'll try 450 and then come back and 270 whip. Watch out, Jess! Oh God! We could have done that. I forgot what the last trick. Oh, 270 whip. We'll do double instead. And the bar feeble. Quick little wall ride on this little blank wall right here. And a fake back scoop. All right, Steve-O's getting a little something on the 8 right now. Trying to get the boosties and he's smiling about it. Oh, he thinks he's got the invert. Quick little backy. Let's watch Steve-O get this little clip right here. Ooh, almost losing shins. Oh, that's dirty. Who took off their Just Ride sticker, bruh? Was that you? It was you. Don't move. I used to use all the kids here as props. You're my high five prop. What kind of prop do you want to be?
I think my mom's here.
Oh, his mom's here. He's got to go. Noah over here, Noah Alexander. He's going to have to get our back on this line. Deal?
Maybe.
You gave Nux. You know how this works, bro. We're gonna do downside triple. I'll do 270 downside triple. You have to do normal downside triple. Then bri flip, and then finger whip.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know about the down. Can I do?
Hey, I don't know about either one of mine, so don't worry about it, okay?
Can I do like the finger whip first and then do triple, normal triple?
Nope. I have to do downside triple with a spin. We got it done. Okay, no, you got it. Oh, you had it. Now we're going in for it again. Oh, finger. Oh man. Rip. Okay, now that we're over here by the 5-foot quarter, let's move on to those tricks that I was talking about. Now, trick number 1. We're gonna start really simple for you guys on this one. First trick is a front side feeble to 270 in. Now, just like this. The reason that trick, these freaking kids, man. These freaking kids. Just McDonald's all day. Now, the reason this trick makes it in today's video is because that 270 in is a lot easier than some of you guys might think. The main secret of this trick is to make sure that you lock in that front feeble with that back wheel against the coping, just like that. As long as you can do that, the 270 in is a cinch. Although when you're doing that 270 in, you gotta make sure that you wanna land a little bit lower for the first few times that you do this, because if you land higher up in the transition, you have more of a chance of looping out and landing directly on your butt, which is not good. One thing that you guys can do when practicing this trick is you can just kind of set your scoot kind of diagonally, sort of like this, do a 270 and just land on the coping. That'll kind of get you towards that kind of comfort zone that you want to get to before you actually send it all the way in. After you've kind of figured this part out where you're 270ing and landing on the coping, sort of like that, you can start to drop in and kind of speed everything up to where it feels fluid. Once you've done all that, you can go for the actual trick, which, like I said, you gotta get up there, push that back wheel into there pretty hard, and you can kind of start it off with like more of a 180 as opposed to a 270 as well, kind of like I did right there. But you want to gradually move up to the 270. So lock it in. If you need to lean it over, you can. Get ready and just pop off, land kind of low. I'll do a few more for you guys. The lower you land, the scarier the 270 is gonna be to actually throw, but it's the easier it's gonna be to land because you're landing on more of a flat surface as opposed to a quarter. So you have less tendency to loop out, like I said earlier. So we'll land low on this one. I'm gonna throw a bar in there. See what I mean? Like that one, I spun a little bit more, I fell further, and I had more of a chance of falling harder, I guess you could say, but less of a chance of looping out. Looping out is the scariest part about this trick, but as long as you're super confident with it, you lock that back wheel in and you just gradually get up to a 270, you'll be good to go. Trick number 2 for this video is a front side, very much emphasizing the front side part, 50-50. Now, a lot of you guys might call us a double peg, but it's not a double peg unless you have 2 pegs, which we do not on my scooter. If you have pegs on your scooter, or if you run that plastic or slash nylon mount on the back of an Envy or another scooter that has squared back ends, then this trick's gonna be a lot easier for you. But for me, I don't have those things. I'm good to go though, because I have a square deck. So if you guys have a curved bottom deck, for example, if you have like one of those mag ears that you get in Walmart or something, it's probably not going to work as easy as something that is squared off completely like this. A lot of you guys probably practice this trick on curbs and stuff, and you guys might notice it's not that hard to do on a curb. That's mainly because the curb is a pointed surface. If you're doing it on a circle ledge like this, it will still work, but the wider your deck is, the easier the trick is going to be. But you'd be very surprised on how easy this trick is on a quarter pipe. The reason it's so easy is because there's really not much of a jump involved, and as long as you tip your scooter over super far, it's easy. So let's just give you guys an example of this one on this 5-foot quarter. So I'm gonna jump up, push my scooter over, and jump in. There's a few steps to this trick that are definitely secrets. One of which that I've always used when doing this trick is I kind of put my feet a little more like straight as opposed to curved like I would ride normally. Now the reason I do that is because I can use my toes, if I were to learn, to kind of push over and balance myself so that I don't lean back too far and fall back into the quarter pipe. A lot of you guys probably have used this for when it comes to feeble stalls and using your heels. It's the same thing, just doing it with your toes. If you do decide that you need to jump on this trick, you want to jump a little lower than you think so that you kind of float up to the top. If you jump too late, you might float too far and go over the other side of the coping, and it's just not going to work. Let's get a trip up on the way there. 1, 2, 3. Now let's get up there, jump early, lean over, and jump in. Some of you guys might have seen the toes really leaning over on that one. Like I said, it helps a lot. It helps a lot with your confidence as well, so that's another kind of builder that helps with this trick. A lot of people don't necessarily like to try this trick because they're scared to slip and land like either face down on the actual concrete or hitting the rail or something like that that's on the actual coping. So that's why I think that this one, if you don't know how to do it already, might impress some of your friends at the skate park. So let's get another one really quick, but let's try to do a trick out. I'm gonna try to do a tail up out because I already did the 270 on the last trick. All right, let's do a little whip bar on the way. Now let's get our 50. If you guys want to learn how to do a trick out of this, a downside whip is probably one of the easier ones because the deck is locked in so hard that it just flicks out really easily. So, words of wisdom. All right, so we're gonna bump it up a little bit. Next trick on the list is a frontside nose blunt. Now, this trick is a little more difficult than the last two that we just did, but it's not as difficult as some may think. For those of you that don't know what a nose blunt is, it's essentially where the front wheel and the front of the deck have the entire coping slash ledge slash whatever curb jammed in between that wheel and the end of the deck, but your back wheel cannot be touching the floor. This right here, this is not a nose blunt. is not locked in completely. You guys have to lock the nose blunt in completely, and you'll know when it's locked in when you're doing the actual trick. One thing that helps is if you do turn this wheel a little bit, if you turn it 90 degrees towards, was that the same way you're spinning? So if you turn the wheel the opposite way that you're spinning, so I would spin left to go front side on this, but I turn my bars 90 degrees to the right. The reason I do that is because it creates a larger gap in between that wheel and deck. So as you can see, if I straighten my deck out right there, not as large of a gap. If I turn my wheel, you got a little bit more just like that. It's easier to lock in. Dropping in is definitely a scary thing for some people that want to learn this trick. Best way to learn how to drop in on a nose blunt, pretty self-explanatory. Just scoot the scooter back completely as if you were in the actual stall. Grab onto your bars and just start to lean forward, but don't turn your bars too early. Now, some scooters are easier to do nose blunts on than others, one of which is like a mag gear. A mag gear has a large area in between the front of the deck and the wheel, so it's easier to do the nose blunt, so you might not have to turn your bars, but on mine, the area is smaller, so I have to turn my bars. And once I lean forward, I'm not gonna turn the bars until I actually pop off. So I'm gonna lean back a little bit, lean forward, don't turn my bars yet, jump, turn them, that's it. That's the best way to actually learn how to drop in. So if you're scared of that part, just do that a million times and you'll be good to go.
Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
Could you take a picture with my son?
Yeah, of course. You wanna do it right now?
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, no worries, let's do it. What's your name?
Landry.
Landry, I'm Raymond. It's nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you.
All right, let's do it. And you're matching too. He's got the blue and orange and the blue and orange scoop.
Yeah.
Good job, my man.
Cool, thanks a lot.
Awesome, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Is this your punishment for not landing the finger whip? It looks like it. As for getting into an actual nose blunt, best thing for you to do is to jump halfway up. Well, maybe not halfway. If it's a 5-foot quarter, I jump like 70% of the way up. The reason you don't jump up from the very top is because it'd be very difficult for you to actually jump up and go over the coping and then lock in. That's not the way that this trick goes. This trick is more of a shove. So you're going up the quarter pipe and kind of pushing your legs in so that your scooter actually is forced into that position. So I'm gonna demonstrate that on this quarter pipe. So I'm gonna go slow, jump about halfway, boom, just like that. This trick is mainly your lower body. It's not so much your upper torso like a flip would be. It's mainly just your legs. The muscles that you're gonna wanna use for this trick are mainly your calves. So a lot of people try to use kind of their quads to actually do this trick, but I've learned that actually using my calves a lot more helps a lot. I actually learned this trick from Twan back in the day. So let's try again. Boom. Definitely not an easy stall to do, but it's one that will definitely impress your friends that are learning how to do different stalls and quarter pipes such as this. Next trick on the list is a 270 to Smith stall. Now, when I do this trick, I think the easier way to do it is to turn front side. A lot of you guys can't turn front side, which is totally fine. So if you want to do this trick backside, it's going to be a little more blind. And again, for me, it's a little scarier. Not necessarily harder, just it's a little more intimidating because you can't see everything happening. So I'm going to demonstrate this trick before I actually show you guys how to do it. 270, Smith, jump in. This trick's kind of weird, like I said, because some people don't like spinning on the top of quarter pipes, which again is your thing. But you have to get the full spin in. You have to get like at least close-ish to a 70. It doesn't have to be a complete 270, because if you did a complete 270, you'd be an absolute crazy boss like Dan Barrett. We aren't all Dan Barrett. The more you spin on this trick, the closer your back wheel gets to the edge of that coping, which in turn means the closer that you get to having a bruised butt, like me right now. Another thing that you guys can do to help you guys build confidence to actually getting that full 270 is to do a disaster, keeping your body weight a little more into the quarter pipe than actually feels natural, and pushing that back wheel into a Smith position. Now, let me demonstrate. So I'm gonna do disaster and pushing that wheel in. The full 270, like I said, is a little intimidating, but that way you can actually at least feel out what it would be like to actually see a 270 go around, but it's not as extreme. So I'm gonna drop in, immediate speed up, kind of 180, like I said, do that little disaster, and then just shove that back wheel towards the coping. My front wheel isn't quite what I want it to be, but I'm using my heel to kind of keep myself from falling back in. I'm gonna keep my hands on my bars and just jump in, boom, easy spot. Put all that stuff together, work up the confidence to do the full jump, and this is how it should look. The fifth and final trick on the list is one that is definitely harder than all the other ones that we just now did, because not that many people do it, and that trick is one of my favorites. It's a scooter fakie stall. We're gonna try to do it on the 5 right now and teach you guys how to do it. Oh shoot, my bars are backwards. That's better. For those of you that don't know what a scooter fakie is, it's where you turn your scooter to where the deck is actually going in the fakie position, whether you're going forwards or you are personally going fakie. As long as the scooter is going in the opposite direction that you are, that's what a scooter fakie is. If I'm going forward, the scooter's going backwards. If I'm going backwards, the scooter's going forward. The best part about this trick is you don't need to know how to scooter fakie. All you have to need to know how to do is turn that deck around and just hold it like this and bring it back. That's all you have to know how to do. And you can do that by just standing flat, keeping still, doing the scooter fakie, and jumping and bringing it back just like that. It's a lot easier said than done, but let's see if we can show you guys how to do it right now. So I'm gonna demonstrate the trick really quick for you guys so that we all know what exactly this trick is. So I'm gonna go up, scooter fakie, stall, jump back in. I know some people out there call this trick a scooter fakie Smith. There's also another trick that's a scooter fakie nose blunt. This one, I'm just showing you guys how to specifically scooter fakie on the coping and just jump back in. So the way that you do this trick is you gotta be really confident when it comes to that scooter fakie motion, mainly the first one. So I usually put my foot as if I'm gonna do a tail whip, kind of like on the edge of the deck like that, and I kind of scoop my foot so that it gets that deck moving as fast as I can get it to go. As soon as I get it right there, my front foot is kind of in this position so that when that deck actually turns around, the middle of my foot stops the head tube from spinning any more than it actually could. The reason I do that is because that'll stop it to where it's in the perfect position for a scooter fakie stall slash nose blunt slash whatever you want to call it. Sorry if the video is getting kind of dark, by the way. As long as you can get that back of your scooter up on the top of the deck and just stand up, you'll be good to go. You don't have to turn your bars completely the first time. You can kind of do almost like a disaster, but keeping your foot off to the side, sort of like this. Some people like to do that to kind of learn this trick. Again, totally fine. Whatever you gotta do to gradually get your scooter to get to where it's nearly 90 degrees, that's what you want. When I do this trick, I don't go full 90 degrees unless I'm trying to do like a 50-50 with this, which is a hard trick to do, but I get it pretty close to 90, about there. So let's do another one really quick for you guys. Not a high speed trick, just enough speed that you would go as if you were gonna jump like 2 or 3 inches above the coping, not feet, inches. So here we go again with the moderate speed coming up towards the ramp. I'm gonna spin that deck around, push it in, and just jump right back in. There's 3 things about that trick I want to remind you guys of. Don't go fast, make sure you can scooter fakie well, and stay on top of the deck. You don't have to lean in very far for the first one that you do until you've kind of done it a whole bunch of times. Just keep on top and take your time. Don't rush this trick. If you get up to the quarter and once you get into the stall, you kind of stand up there for a second and just use that heel to kind of keep yourself up, that's totally fine. Just wait, work up the confidence, and jump, spin that deck, and you'll have a scooter fakie stall. Again, definitely one that's gonna impress your friends because a lot of people get really confused when you do that trick. It's been a long day so far. I'm glad it's nearly over. I still got a lot of editing to do, but I hope that these 5 tricks that you do hopefully learn will impress your friends at the skate park and put you a little bit better than them, because I know that's all you guys really care about nowadays, being better than your friends, which is fine. But that is gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I apologize that it got kind of dark, but we were able to get all those 5 tricks in, and I hope that those tips help you guys learn a few more tricks to add to your bag. So again, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'm out of here. Later.